Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to another Disney Lorcana unboxing. This is for Set 5 Shimmering Skies. This is the Illumineer Trove. So start picking these up because it's a great way to get a couple of booster packs, as well as you get some a storage box, which is nice to hold some extra cards, plus the extra little accessories. So we're going to get the storage box, 6 dividers to show each of the different colors there. Then we'll get 8 booster packs. I thought we got 6. We got 8. That's even better. 6 damage counter guys and a lore counter. Yeah, so that was cool. So let's go ahead and crack this open. I don't know if there's any, I don't remember if there's any new, like brand new concepts in this set. I know like set 3 into the Inklands added locations. And then set 5 added multi-songs. I'm not group songs. You sing songs together. I don't think this one adds any like brand new keywords or features that I remember, but I could be wrong because I don't scour everything. But okay, we get this cool box, which has we have Vanellope on the outside. So we have some new Wreck-It Ralph stuff. We have Kronk here, who's dressed up. This is part of the kind of the ongoing story. So after set 4, when they beat Ursula in the Illumineer's quest, Deep Trouble, they decided to have a big party at the Illuminary in Lorcana. So they're having this big grandiose party, and there's, of course, heroes and villains, and everyone's invited. So we're going to see a lot of cards that have party theme to them, which is kind of neat. So Kronk is like the head bouncer on one of them. There's also a little mini set with Mickey characters having a food fight. So there's Donald. And then we got some Maui back from Moana. Cool. So let's go ahead and hop into this. So yeah, I've looked at previous boxes. These aren't like the super durable. They're basically like photo boxes, but they do the job. So there's all our packs. We have all our different stuff in there. So yeah, just very simple. They have little dividers. These little things can come out if you'd like to use them for something else. But they do kind of hold up in there. The bottom has the different symbols, which is really cool. Let's look at our dividers here. So we got one for each color: steel, emerald, sapphire, amethyst, ruby, and amber. And they're double-sided, so you can play them either way. It's just, of course, that way you can sort them in different ways. We've had each different boxes come with a different one. Some of them have been colors. Some of them have been for rarity. I don't know if they'll get to one where they'll eventually separate them out, maybe by like location, you know, song, action item. That might be kind of neat too. Other cool thing is we get these really neat damage counters. I'm going to kind of bring these in here. So yeah, we get these purple numbered, otherwise sparkly, clear, and silver dice. So these just work as your damage. If you get a guy 3 damage, you give them 3 damage on there. They're kind of nice to have versus having the little counters that come with like the starter decks and stuff. They're just little colored tokens. Lots of people like these dice, so it's really neat they just made these to work with them. Then the fact is they're also more or less random like regular dice. You could use this as a regular 6-sided die for a game as well, as opposed to a Magic the Gathering spin down counter. And then we do get our Illumineer tracker. So this should just keep track of your points there. It goes 0 to 20. Again, a little bit nicer than maybe having to like keep on that little board. Or you have the little symbol that kind of has to line up, because that way if it gets shifted or something. There's even a little spectrum of colors on there too. The 3 there and then the 3 on the back side. And they keep getting more and more of these. Also really neat with these is they work really well with the Gateway version I did a video for as well, which is kind of an introductory set. So if you're planning on picking up a bunch of these and you want to teach someone how to play, it's not a terrible idea to pick up that Gateway set and then pick up maybe even 2 if you can get 2 of the Illumineer boxes. I know it's kind of expensive, but maybe you can get 1 from each different set. It could be really cool. You get 1 from like the Ursula one, still fairly available. Then you have You have counters like this to keep track if you don't want to use the board counters, which you still can. But you get these are nice for then keeping track of the various damages and stuff. I thought they were really nice. I really liked them. Then we have our packs. We have our three characters we saw in there, everyone but Kronk. So let's go ahead and hop into this. So here we have on the back here, the celebration has just begun. With the cards in this booster pack, you'll expand your collection and more power and abilities to your Disney Lorcana trading card game deck. Of course, each player needs a 60-card deck, and it contains over 200 cards. Each 12-pack booster contains 1 foil of any rarity, 2 rares or higher rarity, 3 uncommons, and 6 commons. Alright, all the typical stuff. Just kind of want to get through there. Let's hop in and see what we have. Now, I did open up 4 booster packs I bought previously in a video, but I'm going to just... any ones we get in here, we're going to go back through and reread, in case you didn't watch that video. But if you'd like to see a couple more, we have that option. Typically, I usually try and get like a full booster box at a time. I've been buying this in little chunks just because that's what's been available to me. We got Bonsai here from Lion King. So, Taunting Hyena. Storyboard ally has the hyena keyword. We had Shenzi in the previous sets. Now we're getting the other hyenas. Also, what's really cool about this is because... so, Ursula became the big villain in the first one. So, now everyone's... the speculation of who's going to become the next one. There's little hints at this character, little hints at that character. Maleficent's had a bunch of cards. Jafar's had a bunch of cards. So, those are 2 big possibilities. We always have Madame Nim now that she's fighting off against Merlin, because Merlin keeps kind of showing up as a presence too. I also like the fact there's little hints at the Queen of Hearts. There's been little things like that. But this is also one I also find interesting is Scar, because he's also been around since the beginning quite a bit. But now we're getting his hyenas in here, so maybe we're going to get more stuff there. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty. When you play this character, you may exert chosen damage character. What do we got here? A little snack pack. Nice. That's pretty cool. You get play them, you get exert a chosen character, so now you can attack them. For Wreck-It Ralph, we have Taffyga Mutton Fudge, a crowd favorite. She also has the ally and racer keywords. These are all the different racers that Vanellope goes against. I think it's really neat, because they didn't focus on... we're getting into Wreck-It Ralph, and they still aren't focusing on Ralph or Fix-It Felix. I mean, there are some cards for them, but they're focusing on, a little bit of Vanellope, but on the racing aspect, which is a really neat part, because it's not a huge portion of the movie, but it is the main part of the main plot. Showstopper. When you play this character, if you have a location in play, each opponent loses 1 lore. Never lose sight of where you're going, 2nd place. We have Kook, the Northern Moose. This is Brother Bears. This is our first run into this movie. And there's kind of showing some of the festival stuff. This is a connected artwork card as well. Hopefully get some more of those. I'd love a snack, but I'm kind of tied up right now. The Knock, the mystical spirit from Frozen. Turning tides. When you play this character, you may move up to 2 damage counters from a chosen character to a chosen posing character. So, it doesn't directly deal damage, but it's kind of a heal damage dealer. We got Hey Hey, Protective Rooster, who has Bodyguard. This character may enter play exerted. An opposing character who challenges one of your characters must choose one with Bodyguard if able. Who's the boat snack now? These are... Bodyguard's one of my favorite keywords they added. I played tons of Magic the Gathering, and one keyword that came out in one set for like... I think it was like 3 cards. It's called Flag Bearer, which did basically this. Except the difference is Flag Bearer forced anytime your opponent would target something, even if they're using like an ability card, they had to target the Flag Bearer first. This just is for attack though. And I also love in Magic, I love Defender. Like walls and big creatures like that, and this is basically Defender, except it's a forced Defender. So I really love this as a keyword. Because yeah, I can play some other guy and have them poke at me with that card. We have our last common. We have Ever As Before from Beauty and the Beast. Use a song and sing it for 2. Remove up to 2 damage from any number of chosen characters. Ever just as sure as the sun will rise. So yeah, really cool. So probably one of the few times that we're going to see the Beast in his human form. I don't know if they'll ever make a card with that, because he didn't really do anything in his human form. Enough that I know if they'd make a card. But that would definitely also be a cool little thing. Some of the... We have all these green or Floodborn versions, which are like fantastical versions. That would be a neat version of him, as like maybe like the night version of him if he stayed a human. That'd be kind of cool. But yeah, recovery for damage is pretty nice. Also, like, you're getting some of these things in other colors. Our first uncommon, the aforementioned Maleficent. Vexed Party Doors. This is a villain trying to get into the party. There's the red rope tying her off. What an awkward situation. Whenever this character quests, you may choose and discard a card to return chosen character, item, or location with a cost of 3 or less to their player's hand. Whenever they quest, even. So they're going to be a big target. They're not going to... You're just going to come in and quest every time. So you have to discard a card, too. So it does have a pretty big sum to it. But the fact that you can also bounce your own cards, so you could bounce a guy that does a come into play effect and then put him back out and use him again. We have Maid Marian, the Lady of the List. Lady of the Lists. Multiple. Her Dreamborn version. She has a little bit fancier outfit on. If it pleases the lady, when you play this character, choose opposing character that's -5 challenge to the start of your next turn. And who might you be, my knight and champion? Our last uncommon is Food Fight. We mentioned this earlier. There's goofy spillings and stuff. Your character gets Exert. Pay 1, deal 1 damage to chosen character this turn. Your characters. Cool. So you can, as much as you can afford, you can exert everyone just to do damage. So it can really help you take out a bigger guy that maybe you have a bunch of smaller guys just wouldn't be able to deal with. Gosh, who ordered the upside down cake? Oh, goofy. We have our first location in this set as a rare. We have the Pride Lands, the Jungle Oasis. 2 to move, 8 willpower. Our humble home. When you have 3 or more characters here, you may banish this location to play a character from your discard for free. Neat. So you basically get Timon and Pumbaa and Simba, and then you can banish them to like, oh, we're gonna take them back to whoever. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Save up, and then you can just keep doing it, but at any point you can just, oh, I'm gonna pop it off. Again, it might also like trick your foes into attacking that. Then we have, we got a legendary right off the bat. That's awesome. We got Mirabelle Madrigal, Family Gatherer. Not without my family. You can't play this character unless you have 5 or more characters in play. There's nothing we can accomplish together. So she costs 5, has 5, challenge 5 willpower, and you have to have 5 players. But she quests for 5. Wow, that's neat. I wonder what they're gonna do if they ever got over the 4. They just start putting numbers in there. That's crazy, though. Yeah, that's a neat way of, like, why you want to build her up. You drop her, and the fact that she's not super expensive, so once you get the other guys out, you can definitely play her. Our foil is we got an uncommon. This is the Amber Chromicon. So this is a new lineup of items, 1 for each color. It says items says Amber Light, exert, remove 1 damage from each of your characters. Comfort is weakened, whereas the fact it just sits out in every turn, you can remove 1 damage from each of your characters. That's pretty crazy. And for 2 cost. Some of the items of this game I think are ridiculously overpowered for the fact they don't cost anything else. Like, you have to pay 1 to do this every time, exert and pay 1. Okay, not as bad, but just free 1 heal for each of your characters. Or if it was like 1 to heal 1 character every turn, great, not a big problem. Just heal 1, heal 1. Yeah, that's bad. Then we have a gateway card. This is just to kind of show off the new gateway set. There will be 4 of those total, 1 for each of the 4 different characters from that set. Alright, let's hop into pack number 2. We're going to start off with an Emerald Robin Hood Archery Contestant. Trick Shot. When you play this character, if an opponent has a damaged character in play, gain 1 lore. For the second gear, I thought this might be a real challenge. I do like this idea. Like, we had the Hyena that was like that, and now we have this. They're both in green, actually. Where we're getting to play on doing extra stuff. We're getting a bonus for your opponent's stuff being damaged. So, if you're running away with the game, and you're constantly eliminating your players' characters, or they're not playing stuff, your deck is actually kind of weaker. Granted, if you're at that point, you're winning, so you don't care as much. But that is a really neat little idea. You just put a little bit of damage here or there. Teaming them up with purple, or you can move stuff. That's very helpful too. Simba, the adventurous successor. I laugh in the face of danger. Ha ha ha. When you play this character, chosen character gets +2 challenge this turn. We got a Lilo here who's making a snowman cake? I'm not really sure. It says eyes and arms at the top. Junior Cake Decorator. Support. Whenever this character requests, you may add their challenge to another chosen character this turn. Peanut butter and pineapple. The best cake ever. Interesting. Not very powerful. She only has 1 challenge, but at least she can always give it to somebody else. We have a new action, gathering knowledge and wisdom with Merlin in a very fancy outfit. Gain 2 lore. Just think, all this knowledge under the noses the whole time. We only had to look in the right place. This is a very powerful card, I think. Having to be able to straight up gain 2 lore at a 2-drop at any time. Because that means now instead of, you only have to get up to 20. So instead of someone having to worry what you're going to go in your next turn, if you're playing purple, they always have to worry when you're at bare minimum 18. And depending on how many of these you may or may not have in your deck, because assuming you have up to 3, and if you have enough lore to exert, you could potentially be down to 14, and you could win, because you could drop 3 of these on a turn, right? So that makes that really risky if you're playing that. It's pretty interesting. Luckily, you can't do anything at instant speed, though. When will my life begin? A song for 3. Chosen character can't challenge during their next turn. Draw a card. Stuck in the same place I've always been. And I'm no man anymore. That's pretty good, though. Chosen character can't challenge. So we have bodyguard characters that force you blocking, and here you can keep them from challenging. We get a fun Merlin back from the Bermuda. He's a mentor and a sorcerer. Long live the king. Your character is named Arthur King. Resist +1. Damage dealt to them is reduced by 1. A little rest and relaxation will do wonders for your health, boy. So very good if you're playing an Arthur deck. This will help power them up. Our first uncommon, we get Edge. We have our other Hyena, the hysterical party goer. So he's having a good time there, eating some zebra. Wearing a little crown, little bib. Rowdy Guest. The damaged characters can't challenge this character. As far as he's concerned, there's no such thing as a bad case. That works really well with that green effect too, right? Playing off damaged characters. From DuckTales, Ludwig von der Lake. Self-proclaimed genius. So you see, there's a dark void at the edge of the Lorcana, a complete absence of electromagnetic radiation. What is it made of? I don't know. The light's just gone kaput. I love this too, the little background story trying to figure out what's going on. We have a fun Arthur the Novice Sparrow where he turns into a little bird. He has Reckless and Hold It Boy, Not So Fast. This doesn't work well with that Merlin too if you're playing a red-blue deck, because then you could keep him from taking as much damage. Our first rare is Chicha, or Chicha, Dedicated Mother. This is from Pacha's Pacha's wife from Emperor's New Groove. Support and on the way. During your turn, when you put a card into your inkwell, if it is the second card you put in your inkwell this turn, you may draw a card. Ooh, because blue has lots of stuff that lets you put extra cards in outside of your regular draw. And it's kind of neat because that just replaces it. It doesn't make you feel like you're being punished for doing that. Then we got a super rare. Elsa, the Fifth Spirit. That's cool. We got a legendary and a super rare. Dreamborn, hero, queen, and sorcerer. Rush. Can challenge the turn they're played. Evasive. Only characters evasive can challenge this character. And crystallize. When you play this character, exert chosen opposing character. Nice. So she can come out right away, do stuff. Doesn't have to worry then about being challenged back. And then plus she can exert someone else. She can force who she wants to attack. So pretty much takes command of the board. Up next, we have a Mother Gothel in a uncommon, which is a foil, but she also has that little rope fire that we saw in Maleficent. Conceited Manipulator. Mother knows best. When you play this character, you may pay 3 to return chosen character to the player's hand. A beautiful lady never stands meekly at the back of the line. Awesome. And then we have a gateway with Mickey there. So where was this Maleficent? I don't know how they connect together. So it doesn't look like those two connect directly together. But they might not have. The Shining Armor might just be the band that connects. We'll have to get more to find out. But yeah, that's pretty cool, right? That's a neat effect too, like, right? You can play a character, you pay 3 to turn a bounce a character to their hand. And it's always an optional effect. Alright, pack numero 3. We have Oath, the Mime. Silent performance. This character can't exert to sing songs. His performances are unspeakably good. That's a really neat thing too. This, where they have some cards that... Why would you want a card that has a bad thing? Or why would you want it that does this thing that's sort of odd or very specific, like only like the Merlin to Arthur thing? Because it's thematic. And I think that's a great thing to keep in these games. Just try and keep some thematic stuff, even if it doesn't, like, it's not, this isn't the best card. Like, why would I play a 4-cost guy that can't sing when I'm sure there's other 4-cost guys that do other abilities? Because, you know, it's thematic. Snowana Rainbow. It's another racer. Cool competitor. She has rush. When it comes to racing, she never gets cold feet. The Healing Decanter. So a brand new Lorcana item. Renewing Essence. Exert move up to 2 damage from a chosen character. So yeah, this is very interesting. Just as a comparison here. Do we have... our other item here? Yeah. So 2-cost Amber Chromicon. I just want to point this out just to show how ridiculous some of these items are. They both cost 2, are both inkable, and both exert to remove damage. One does 2 from a character, and one removes 1 from all characters. So which one is technically better? The thing is, 1 from all characters can help keep everyone alive if they're taking 1 or 2 damage. And you can heal multiple. If you have 5-6 characters out, you can heal each one every turn. But it would take at least 2 turns to heal 1 character the same amount. But on the same thing, is healing 2 from a character can help them get back in quicker because they're not stuck sitting around waiting 2 extra turns to do it. Which is kind of neat. So it's really like, what do you want? Do you have a lot of little characters? If you're playing like 101 Dalmatian deck, and you have a lot of Dalmatians out, you might want the one that heals 1 from everybody. Just because then you can spread it around a lot quicker. But if you're playing maybe a couple of bigger characters, you might just want to, like, they challenge, they're going to take damage. You might want to be able to turn around and re-heal them quicker. So it's just neat how they're very similar cards, but they can play very different roles. We have Anna, the Eager Acolyte. Now, I don't know, it's neat she's becoming a magician. There's a lot of the other princesses that are becoming other roles, but the thing is, mostly they're either becoming sorcerers or they're becoming knights. And since this, I feel like this story already has Elsa as a sorcerer, I almost wish Anna would have become a knight instead, just to be like the opposite thing, but, you know, it's my thought on it. Growing powers. When you play this character, each opponent chooses and exerts one of their ready characters. Making them choose is kind of interesting too. Okay, I can totally move small stuff. I need something bigger. Where's Kristoff's sled? We have this fun lineup. The new 7 dwarf set. So they were in yellow before, now we're getting them in steel. Dopey the Knight's Apprentice. So this is really cool because they're going to trigger all Knight abilities, but they're still going to trigger all the 7 dwarf abilities from the first set. So if you do a dual color, you're going to be able to trigger them a lot more. Stronger Together. When you play this character, if you have another Knight character in play, you may deal 1 damage to a chosen character or location. So like Knights are going to come together and do some massive stuff. The Candy King, Sovereign of Sugar, Villain, King, and Racer. So we've had 3 racers so far, but I haven't seen anything that's done anything with the racer mechanic. Maybe I just haven't seen any yet, but I don't know if there is. But it might come up in the future. Kind of, we got Hyena, we got Tigger. Some of them just haven't had anything, have done anything yet. My sweet subjects, I can without a pinch of hesitation assure you that we have never been so happy. Oh, this is really fun. Because on the next card we got is an uncommon Candy King Sweet Abomination. His Floodborn version where he becomes this weird mech spider type thing with big arms. It's crazy. Shift 3, so you can play him on top of that. So his already costs 1, and you could drop him on there, so you get him for 4. Changing the code. When you play this character, you may drop the 2 cards, then put from your hand a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. Ooh, you don't have to discard it. That's pretty cool. To go with our Robin we got earlier, we have Robin Hood's Sneaky Sleuth. Another Floodborn. I love the Floodborns for the costumes. Shift 3 and Clever Plan. This character gets +1 lore for each opposing damaged character in play. Cool. So yeah, more guys with damage, the better he's going to do. And we get another 7 dwarf right away. We have Bashful, the Adoring Knight. Impress the Princess. So when you have a character named Snow White in play, this character gains Bodyguard. Cool. And if you can get this Snow White that's a knight, works even better, right? And then you can tie them all together. Our first rares, we have Prince John's Mirror. You look regal. If you have a character named Prince John in play, pay 1 less to play this item. Feeling of Power. At the end of each opponent's turn, if they have 3 or more cards in their hand, they discard and have 3 cards in their hand. Ooh. It's an item, so it stays out. That's brutal. Other rare is Magician, Dispel, Cruel Sorceress. This is also really neat for artwork-wise. So showing you're picking up and rebuilding the Trident that Ursula broke. So we're continuing that little backstory. So she could maybe become one of the potential villains. Playing with Power. During your opponent's turn, if an effect would cause you to discard 1 or more cards from your hand, you don't discard. So just right there. Combined against Prince John's Mirror, you wouldn't have to discard. That's pretty cool. Then we have a common, Fix-It Felix Jr., who has just Bodyguard. Golly, this place is going to take some real fixing. And then we have a Gateway with Maleficent. So we only have Stitch left to get the 4 different Gateway cards. Yeah, it's interesting, because the first 2 sets had the puzzle cards, and then they stopped for set 3 because they had the locations and they wanted the rules. And then they went back to one with that with the 4th set with Ursula, and then now they went away from it again. I 100% still say I would have almost preferred if they had like 2 puzzle things in every one, so it would have given you more reason to keep collecting them all. But that's just me. Alright, we have Clarabelle, Clumsy Guest. Storyborn ally, Butterfingers. When you play this character, you may pay 2 to banish chosen item. So I imagine she's going to become very powerful. It's a 3-cost item removal card. It's not bad. I mean, it's better than nothing. Break Free. Deal 1 damage to chosen character of yours. They gain Rush and gain 1 challenge. Tinker Dart from the Shattered Lantern in the blink of an eye. This is a fun little effect as well. You play any character, you can just give them 1 damage to give them the extra challenge and rush. You can play them right away, so if you drop a higher level card, you can do it. In case you haven't noticed, and I haven't been pointing any of these out, but I'm going to point this out, there are sometimes hidden Mickeys in some of the artworks. So it's really cool. Sometimes they have like the colors in there too, the different symbols. So we've already seen Fix It, Felix. We have Codsworth, Illuminary Watchman, his Dreamborn version. Kind of a little fancy and regal. Time to move. When you play this character, chosen character gains rush. Step to it. Time is of the essence. So you're gonna get him and White Rabbit, and you can have like a clock deck. That'd be neat. Interesting. The Shield of Agriel from Frozen. Deflect. Banish this item. Chosen character gains. Resist 1 to the start of your next turn. Okay, so not too bad. Basically, you sacrifice your shield to block 1 point of damage. Okay, cool. But basically, it's neat though, because you can have it sitting out and just waiting for that 1 time to use it. Oh, we got another Ever As Before. All Fund Out. Poor... why can't I think of his name? Emperor's New Groove. And I just 100% blanked on Cusco. Poor Cusco. Pretty pathetic, huh? Put chosen character of yours into your inkwell face down and exerted. This is a neat one too, because maybe you play a character that come into play effect, and now they're risking taking too much damage, you're going to lose them, so you're like, I'll just go ahead and get rid of them. They're not, I can't do anything with them. Maybe they only have 1 challenge, and they only have 1 ink or whatever questing, so they're like, they're not really super helpful now, so I'll just get rid of them rather than, that's just kind of cool. We have another Chromicon, so we have a non-foil one of the Emerald one. Emerald Light, during your opponent's turn, whenever one of your characters is banished, you may return chosen character to their player's hand. Trust is in the wings of change. The only thing I don't like about this is I wish that the cycle of items, if they're going to make a cycle of cards, I wish they were all the same cost with the same thing. So our other one was, I think, 2 cost, and then you exerted it to do an ability, and I wish this was the same idea. Cost 2 and you could exert it, but since there's no instant timing in this game, for you to have a moment to be like, oh, I can pay this time to pay this ability, I get kind of why they could do it this way. But I would wish they would have done something like that, like, you know, even if it would have been like, exert this card, and then during your opponent's turn, or until your next turn, if a character gets banished, you may return them to your player, you may return them to your hand, like, you know, then it would have, like, had that effect sitting there waiting, but you would have had to, like, use it every turn. I don't know, interesting, though. We have a Simba, son of Mufasa. He's a Floodborn, so he's all fancy, dressed up in leaves. He's a king now. Shift 4. Fearsome Roar. When you play this character, you may banish chosen item or location. If I can get item or location, it's pretty cool. And you can shift them to get them a little bit cheaper. Sticking with the Lion King, we're going to Rafiki, the Shaman Duelist. He's, of course, a sorcerer. Rush and surprisingly skilled. When you play this character, he gains Challenger for this turn. He starts off as pretty weak. He's not going to do much if you attack him, but when he attacks you, he's going to do some massive damage back. We have a super rare in Maximus, Team Champion. Royally big rewards. At the end of your turn, if you have any character in play with 5 challenge or more, gain 2 lore. If you have any in play with 10 challenge or more, gain 5 lore instead. It's easy to get carried away when it comes to Tug of War. That's pretty neat. You can get up to 5 lore just by having cards with 10. And when you do anything that does a challenge, they gain it till there. So if we go back and look at Rafiki, it says when you play this character, he gains Challenger for this turn. So this means he's only going to get the challenge score while challenging, and then it goes away. So he's not going to gain the bonus at that point. So you have to find ways to boost guys up till the end of turn. You find someone that gives them a bonus for the end of turn. The support, I believe support does that, though. If I find a character with support. We had a yellow character. Fix-It Felix. No, he had Bodyguard. We had a yellow character here with support, if I can find it. Yeah, Lilo. Yeah, so I agree here. When this character quests, you may add their challenge to another chosen this turn. So that actually adds it for the entire turn. Or, if we want to stick with Ragweag like Simba, chosen character is +2 this turn. So those ones will boost them up for the turn. Challenger will not. That only does it during the challenging phase. And someone wants to correct me if I'm wrong on that ruling, but that's what the card says, so that's how I would play it. Alright, then we have, actually our foil here is another super rare. With Pete. Then we got Mickey there. Pete, Steamboat Rival. I wonder if this opposites the Steamboat Mickey card. Is an alt art connecting from set 1 to set 5. That'd be crazy. Scram. When you play this character, if you have another character named Pete in play, you may banish chosen character. I saw this, and this really makes me wish that, like, one of the villains in the upcoming, like, they keep kind of like if every couple of sets have a villain, section it might take a while if they're gonna do like every 3 or 4 sets to have a major villain. Even every other set would kind of be a little bit nice to have like one of the big Illumineer quest type boxes. Just so they don't end pushing it too hard, but even every set would be kind of nice to have something like that. Just a different character each time, even if it's the same format. Just so you have some options. But I thought, like, yeah, it's like you have Ursula teamed up with an Ursula. I could see, like, Jafar, you know, doing his thing, or Maleficent doing her thing, maybe. You know, then you'd have, like, maybe Scar with a bunch of hyenas doing, like, a group thing. But I'd love to see Pete teaming up with a bunch of Petes from all the different multiverses of this. That'd be pretty cool. Alright, we have, in our next pack, we have another egg. We have Laughing Hyena, which is a regular version. Cause a Panic. When you play this character, you deal 2 damage to chosen damage character. Ratagen is a Dreamborn with that fancy regal outfit. Raging Rat. Nothing can stand in my way. Well, this character has damage. He gets 2 challenge. The world's most diabolic genius should never suffer such indignities. We had that 1 red card, right? There was, they came into play, give them a point of damage, and give them rush. And also now he could come in for 3, and I think it's a 1-cost card to break free. So pay 4, also now he comes in 3 and rush. So that's not terrible. Vanellope Von Sweets, we got our first Vanellope from the pack art. Sugar Rush Champ. Started by Heron, Princess, and Racers. The other 2 are in red, and she's in yellow like Fix-It Felix was. Look, the code may say I'm a princess, but I know who I really am. Seen that Anna, When Will My Life Begin? The Queen, she's dressed as an old witch. The cruelest of all. Ward, opponents can't choose this character except to challenge. She'd seen what the ink could do for other glimmers. What could it do for her? I love these speculation on which villain's going to do what. The Ruby Chromicon. Says pay 1. Ruby Light, exert. Chosen character gets 1 challenge this turn. So I like this. Where the yellow one, I want to go back to talking about that for a sec. The yellow one cost 2, I think. But it exerted to heal. So even if they cost you a little bit different based on their abilities, again, this one exerts to do a thing during your turn, and the green one just is always active. It only does 1 thing per character, but yeah, the other ones are kind of like, oh, it does this extra thing. We have the King of Hearts from Wonderland. We don't see him very often in anything ever. Monarch of Wonderland, Storyborn, Ally, and King. Pleasing the Queen. Exert. Chose exerted character can't ready at the start of their next turn. By the order of the King, you heard what she said. We got Food Fight again. Our first rare is the Queen's Sensor Core. This is neat. So this is, I think, a new item as well. Symbol of Nobility. At the start of your turn, if you have a Princess or Queen character in play, gain a lore. Royal Search. Exert, pay 2, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a Princess or Queen character, you may put it into your hand. Otherwise, put it on top of your deck. Yes, it's a good way if you're playing a lot of Princesses and Queens. You can find it. There are plenty of Princesses and Queens. So it's not like they're going to be hard to find. Our other rare is Basil's Magnifying Glass. So Basil from I don't know why my brain forgot the name of that movie too. Someone was Radigan. It'll come to me. So yeah, this is a neat little like story thing too. I say a piece of the Hexwell crown. Finding what's hidden. Exert, pay 2 of the top 3 cards of your deck. You may reveal an item card and put it into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. So yeah, if you're looking for items, this can be a very helpful card to find some items. Then we have a foil common of Chacha. So this is from Emperor's New Groove, Pacha's daughter. Impressive daughter. Look, my tooth is even looser today. Nice. And then we got the Stitch card. We have 3 packs to go, so we're still getting through this. A little bit longer video, so I keep going off on tangents, so sorry. It's just fun to talk about this stuff, so. Oh, nice. We got the another Obscurospheres. We had some. So there's another like series of things we're gonna get. So pay Tract of Emerald. Pay 2 and banish this item. Your characters gain ward until the start of your next turn. Opponents can't choose them except to challenge. Be nice to help keep them from doing damage to them or bouncing them back to your hand. Very cool. Got another food fight card. Daisy Duck, Spotless Food Fighter. Of course, she's not going to get dirty. She's too fancy for that. She has evasive, and she has an unblemished record. We got Rut, the Northern Moose, support. Let's find some nice twigs, eh? I could use a snack. And then we have the connecting artwork. Oh, I love a snack, but I'm kind of tied up right now. I made them Canadian. I don't know if they are. But that's pretty fun, right? Yeah, connecting art between the two of them. Although, yeah, the one gets support, but he has one less challenge. Otherwise, they have the exact same stuff. So it's like, why would you play the one? I guess if you want one more challenge versus the support that gives them to somebody else. But yeah, if you play both together, interesting. We have a new Merlin. Always fun to get more of these, because then they kind of work together. So he has Turtle. Give me time to think. When you play a character, and when you play this character, and when you always play the top 2 cards of your deck, put one at the top of your deck and the other on the bottom. Don't rush me now. This is important. Yeah, when he transforms all the different animals. There's Mickey Mouse. Food Fight. Food Fight Defender. He has resist 1, damage dealt to characters by 1. Underestimating is a recipe for disaster. We get Prince John to go with our lineup of characters. So this probably runs into the Mother Gothel because it's the desert. Opportunistic Briber. He's Dreamborn, so he's dressed up a bit. Taxes never fail me. Whenever you play this item, or this character gains +2 this turn. Of course I'm on the list. Check under PJ. I just want to note that this, just as an interest, this Queen Sensor Core does princesses and queens, so not the princes and kings. So I wonder if we'll get one for them. There's not as many of those, but there are a decent number. But yeah, the playing item gets +2 challenge. Cool. Here's an invitation to the ball. So this is for the Lorcana event, I believe. Reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. Put revealed characters into your hand. Put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. Just, yeah, yellow likes to find characters. So there's that Mother Gothel again. So we could kind of run her probably goes that direction right there. Something like that. Looks like there might even be someone yet in between them. Because I don't see bushes on either side. But, you know, we'll find out. Hopefully we'll find out. We have a new location. We have Merlin's Cottage. The wizard's home. Knowledge is power. Each player plays the top card of their deck face up. You have a bunch of cards that are letting you look at the top of your deck for 1 or 2 cards to find something. This is very helpful for that. Because then you know, like, oh, is it worth me spending this card? Yeah, because I know I'm going to get that card. We have another location right after, I think, rare one. We have Elsa's Ice Palace. Palace of Solitude. It's not quite a fortress, though. It's just a Palace of Solitude. The Eternal Winter. When you play this location, choose an exerted character. Lowest location and play that character can't ready till the start of their turn. Ooh. That's mean. You completely, as long as this is out, you just shut a character down. You have to be exerted before, but purple has a lot of stuff to force exertion. So that's pretty sweet. We got another legendary. Prince Naveen, ukulele player from Princess and the Frog. I haven't seen too much from that since the first set. Singer 6. So you just sing a little bit higher. And it's beautiful, no? When you play this character, you may play a song at a cost of 6 or less for free. So not only does he get to sing for more, he also gets to play a free song every time you play him. That's awesome. We have a foil Maleficent. It's a common. Vengeful Sorceress. And evidently my invitation was lost. How dreadful. Here, let me help with the decorations. And he throws up some thorns. Very double meaning, because that's, you know, her story, of course. Plus, it's also the fact that there's an invitation, a party to this event. So that's pretty cool. Alright, next pack, we have a Zazu, advisor to Mufasa, who has evasive. Oh, I guess one quick spin through the lights won't hurt. He doesn't celebrate often, so it's kind of fun. Costs 5, and you expect him to be like a cheapy guy. Rancis Fluggerbutter, chocolate charger. So this is one of the other racers. Ingredients: butter, sugar, unsweetened chocolate, vanilla, and arrogance. Unsweetened chocolate and arrogance. That's funny. Oh, we have one of the brother bears. Kenai, Big Brother. Brothers Forever. Well, this character is exerted your character's name. Coda can't be challenged. You have to look after your little brother, no matter how big of a pain he is. Yes, we got the mooses. We got some of the brothers. We have Jafar's Hypnotic Strength. Draw a card. Chosen character gains Challenger +2 this turn. Suddenly, Basil felt a strong desire to find the broken crown. Ooh, because we saw him looking earlier. We thought he was doing it because he was a detective and being helpful, but it looks like he was possibly under Jafar's spell. Just heads up, so I don't know if I'll get it. Is there's actually another card called, like, Hypnotic something, where actually Basil was being controlled. So, it gives that. Duck for cover. Because they're ducks. Chosen character gains resist 1 and evasive. Haven't seen too many higher resist than 1. Since I was curious, because you're only going to have it be 1, then you could just call it resist, and it could just always been 1, but I'm assuming there are chances where it's higher, just not very often. But yeah, getting a bonus for the turn is very helpful. We have another Cha-Cha. We have a Minnie Mouse Dazzling Dancer. Dance off. Whenever this character or one of your characters named Mickey Mouse challenges another character, gain award. She doesn't seek the spotlight. The spotlight seeks her. So there's a Dancer Mickey that goes on the other half of this card. Magical Egg with Aladdin and Genie. Chosen character gains Challenger 3, and when this character is banished in a challenge, return this card to your hand this turn. So this is just, yeah, throw them out there, have them do as much damage as they can, expect them to probably get taken out, and then you get bouncing into your hand. Now, granted, you could not have them get taken out, and you get to keep them, but it might be worth sacrificing them, knowing you have them back in your hand, you can replay them with full willpower. You got some power in your corner now. You know, never had a friend like me. We got another Bashful. New location, rare, we got Sherwood Forest. There's a rare and uncommon in each locations. Outlaw Hideaway. Forest home. Your character named Robin Hood may move here for free. Nice. Familiar terrain when a character gains wards. And exert, pay 1, deal 2 damage to chosen damaged character while here. Cool. Opponent can't choose them except to challenge. This is going to force your guys to challenge you, but the green's really all about just little pinging already damaged characters. Our other rare is Illuminary, Resolute Daughter from Rhea. I haven't seen too many of these guys for a little bit either. You don't have any other... I don't have any other choice. For each opposing character banished in a challenge this turn, pay 2 less to play this character. Resist 3. Oh, there. So I just talking. I wasn't sure on the resist, and now we get one. So that answers my question right there. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Every time you defeat a bunch of other people before this, she can become very cheap or free. So yeah, it should be 9, then 7, then 5, then 3, then 1, then free. But if you somehow defeat... I feel like if you somehow can take out 5 characters in a turn, you deserve to play a free card, regardless. And then we have another peak in our uncommon. We have Games Referee. His Dreamborn is going to be a referee. Blow the whistle. When you play this character, your opponents can't play action until the start of your next turn. Shutting down a card type is very powerful. Because remember, songs are actions as well. It ain't cheating if you're the one making the rules. Alright, last pack. We have Flora. So we can get the 3 good fairies, and they have connecting art as well if we got all of them. Fiddle Faddle. While being challenged, this character gets +2 challenge. Don't fuss, dear. A flick of the wrist will turn these briars into something beautiful. Cool, turn the thorns into ribbon. It's neat. Donald Duck, Daisy's Date. Plucky Play. When this character challenges another character, each opponent loses 1 lore. He keeps his eye on the prize. Yeah. Forcing to challenge. I like the loss of lore versus always just gaining stuff. We have a Healing Touch. We up to 4 damage from a chosen character and draw a card. The heart does not so easily change, but the head can be persuaded. Nice, more healing. Cool. Oh, we got a White Rabbit to go with my Cogsworth now. Royal Herald. Oh me, oh my, did a piece just fall off the Illuminary? I gotta tell someone before it's too late. Interesting. So the Illuminary might be having trouble, might be crumbling. We got a Simba Lost Prince. Starborn Hero and Prince. Face the past. During your turn, whenever this character bashes another character in a challenge, you may draw a card. This is my kingdom. If I don't fight for it, who will? Minnie Mouse as a detective inventor. Also cool because this is also part of the Food Fight series, but just like a different color. I think all the Watchmen are the same color. So, Quick Thinking Inventor, Cake Catapult. When you play this character, chosen character gets -2 challenge this turn. This puts the Frosting Flinger 2000 to shame. Alan Adale, Rockin' Rooster. Fan Favor. Remember, you play a song, gain 1 lore. That's pretty cool. Right, you get bonuses for playing songs. Thank you. Now, here's a little ditty for our Floodborn friends that we call Martin and the Flood. Interesting. Tipo. Oh, we got another one of Pacha's kids. Family. We haven't got Pacha yet, though. Growing Sun. Measure Me Again. When you play this character, you may put a card from your hand into your inkwell face down and exert it. Mom, I think I'm still growing. I think if you get the 3 of these together, maybe in the Pacha, the full family, they have a really good synergy together. Because we just saw... in the last pack, we saw the girl. What was her ability? Oh, yeah, she didn't do anything special, but she cost 4. I don't remember where the mom was. Yeah, there's a mom. Yeah, it says during your turn, you put a card in your inkwell. If it's the second card you play, you may draw a card. So you put this card, you may put one in baseball. So basically, you have her out, and then you play him. You can all of a sudden get another. You draw a card. So that's pretty cool. And they'll have to hopefully get Pacha and see if he does anything extra to help them out. Our last uncommon is Arthur the Wart. That boy's got a real spark, lots of spirit, throws himself heart and soul into everything he does. It's a very cheap costing Arthur. We have our first rare, it's just Gaston, who has the boxing gloves. Oh, he's gonna fight Aladdin? Because Aladdin had the boxing gloves in the other one. That's kind of fun. So it's like they're having this Illuminary, they have a food fight. There's mention of a tug of war. Looks like there's a boxing match now. Aladdin versus Gaston is a very interesting combination, even with Genie's help. Look at that, he has 10 challenge. We got a card earlier that said if you have a character that has 5 or 10 challenge, you gain 5 extra or if they have 10 challenge. Boom, right here, he has that. It does cost 9 to get, but also you drop him if you know on your next turn you're going to automatically gain 5 lore. That's crazy. A man amongst men. For each damaged character you have in play, you pay 2 less to play this character, and he can come out cheaper. And then Rush. I'm going to use that with Break Free, right? So we mentioned that. Yeah, that Break Free, you damage a character, it gives them that Reckless. Yeah, so if you have him out, if you have any character in play, 10 or more lore, gain 5 lore instead. So if you put at the end of your turn, if you still have him out, with Gaston, at the end of your turn, you gain 5 lore, and the fact is, if you damage other characters and stuff like Break Free, you could get a pay Gaston even cheaper. Like, Namari had the one you had to have a banished character. That's a lot harder to do. This one, you should have damaged characters. It'd be very easy to have 5 or 6 damaged characters out. That's pretty awesome. Alright, our last rare is just another super rare. So we didn't get any enchanted. We did get a couple legendaries, though. The fairest of all. Floodborn. That's a pretty cool outfit for her. She has the sword through the heart. I like the fact that she's in the mirror and you can see the backside of her too. That's pretty cool. Queen and Sorcerer. Shift 3. Ward. So maybe she found when she's old lady, she found something to help her out. Reflections of Vanity. For each other character named the Queen you have in play, this character gets +1. This is neat, because like Pete, that's the other one. It's one of the few times you have a reference to the same character. Lots of times you'll reference another character, which makes sense story-wise, but this kind of makes sense. There's multiple versions of these characters out there. And then our last card is a foil. We have a Kronk, who has a dressed up, he has like a tie on in his outfit, looks like, but he's finding a piece of the thing. The Unlicensed Investigator. Challenger +1. Maybe this one's a Chromicon. Probably not. I should really have paid more attention when that wizard guy was talking. Oh, that's funny. Good old Kronk. Alright, so that's what we have for this video. That was the treasure trove. Bunch of cool cards, bunch of packs. So yeah, if you really enjoyed this, check out the other videos, the other packs. I did 4 other unboxing or unwrappings. Or you can check out another video, which I will be going over the 2 starter decks. We just see a bunch more cards that we probably don't have already. Plus see some other ones, see how they interact. And it's Emerald, Steel, Amethyst, and Ruby. Alright, see you guys later. Bye.